Growing an audience is easy, and I'm very cautious on what I say is easy, but it really is. Like, I've built audiences on social media to over 100,000 followers. I quit social media 100% to build a YouTube audience from absolute scratch. And why did I have the confidence to do that? Because I know that building an audience is easy, and it only comes down to two things. And the first of the two, you're avoiding it every single day. I'm being so serious when I say that audience building is easy. Now, a lot of times I'll say that something is simple and people are thinking that I'm saying that it's easy when I'm not, because simple and easy are two totally separate words with two totally separate definitions. But I am saying now, audience building is easy. And it's only going to take me about 5 minutes to break this down. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, then you'll probably just end up being like most creators that post consistently, but end up quitting as they have every single right to, because they're not getting any results. And I don't want that to happen to you. But one of the reasons why I was so confident to go all in on YouTube with absolutely no audience is because I know that it's going to be easy to build an audience, because I know the two things that it comes down to in order to build an audience on any platform. And if I ever do move to another platform, which will probably be X now that I'm saying it out loud, but I know what it comes down to. And the first thing is this, which everybody's avoiding on a daily basis, which is failure. And then the second thing is pattern recognition, right? So, what does failure and pattern recognition have to do with audience building? Trust me, follow me, and just pick up what I'm dropping here. For one, fail, F-A-I-L. Fail stands for finding an individual lane. This is how you actually find your superpowers, and this is how you find your unique, unfair advantages amongst all the competition and the creator land and all this content and stuff. And everybody's just looking for each and every single way not to fail. So, look, your past failures, they're your unfair advantage. So, if I use myself as an example, I used to do a weekly webinar every single Thursday. It was a failure. But from that failure, webinars, they taught me selling. It taught me how to communicate more effectively to an audience. It taught me how to be comfortable on camera. But somebody else would look at those weekly webinars as a complete failure when it actually gave me an unfair advantage to what I'm doing right now. I used to run ads. The most amount of ads that I've ran in a single month is a little over $100,000. Well, guess what those ads did for me? Even though others may look at it as a failure, they taught me hooks. They taught me packaging, because on a platform like YouTube is just like an ad. All that a title and a thumbnail is no different than a headline and a hook on an ad. Think about an ad when you're scrolling on social media. They're supposed to stop the scroll. They're supposed to stop the scroll and earn the click. That's no different than what a thumbnail and a title is on YouTube. Digital products, they taught me about positioning, because I realized that it doesn't matter what your product is. It matters how you position that product. And so many people out here are trying to sell these digital products and online offers, but they don't understand positioning at all. So they'll have something general like how to lose weight, to whereas if they properly position that same exact offer without changing anything about it, but just said that this was for busy new moms that want to lose 20 pounds of baby weight in the next 60 days, now that same exact offer is positioned properly to whereas it can find an audience. It's the same exact thing with content. The same content that people are making without them even changing a word that they said, if they simply just positioned it differently, then they would be able to get in front of their intended audience. Well, they don't know about positioning, but through my failures, I found my individual lane. Remember, finding an individual lane, fail. I learned about positioning, which helped me with my packaging on YouTube. My community that I'm running right now is crowded at the top. It taught me about retention, funnels. They taught me about the psychology of people when they buy. Even outside of the online world, I started as an entrepreneur April 1st, 2016, before I ever made $1 for myself as an entrepreneur. I fired my job April 1st, 2016. I didn't get my first check as an entrepreneur until mid-October. That's 6 months. People would look at that as failures. But I was learning through all of that failure. And the thing about failing is that failing is the only way that you do learn how to do anything, because the only way to learn how to do something the right way is that you have to know what doesn't work. And so many people are, for one, avoiding failure, to whereas they need to hurry up and fail faster, and they'll fail their way forward to success. And they're not looking at the failures that they've overcame in their life as a unique advantage that will help them in actually what they're doing today. And those failures are what are actually going to connect with people. People are thinking that everybody wants to hear the wins about everything, but they don't. The wins don't connect with people. All those failures that you've been through connect with people. Every single thing that I know that I talk about on my YouTube channel, I only know it from messing some stuff up in the past. And the second thing that I said that it comes down to is pattern recognition, right? Here's what you need to understand that most creators don't. They're trying to be, for one, they're trying to just go viral and make content instead of actually building out true assets, right? So they focus on whatever they think will get likes, whatever they think will get followers, will get subscribers, whatever's trending, something that they think will go viral. Whereas you don't need to be thinking like a content creator. You need to be thinking like a contentpreneur. And that's somebody who's thinking of content as a vehicle for traffic to get their offers and their digital products in front of somebody. And when you're thinking like that, you realize that you don't need to build the biggest audience. You just need to have the right audience and a micro niche audience around a problem that you solve in order to where you can actually monetize, because the money is not in the views. The money is in the product that you attach to the people that are watching from those views. So you should build products, you should build systems, email lists, and communities, right? It's all about what your offer is. So getting viewers without an infrastructure is just rented attention. And we want to own the attention. We want to take the attention off of these platforms and get it into our own ecosystem. And that's where the pattern recognition comes in, especially on a platform like YouTube. And I highly recommend that you take your YouTube seriously. Think about it. You watch all these educational videos on YouTube. You consume so much, but you need to start producing. The only difference between you and everybody that you watch is that they produce more than they consume, and you consume more than you produce. In order to win, you have to be a producer. And these people are able to produce at such a high clip, not only as far as volume and quality, but it's because they understand pattern recognition. This is so big in audience building, period. Because so many creators, they're trying to be entirely too original, instead of recognizing the patterns that is already working and then taking that and adding their own twist or spin to it, to whereas they have a higher probability into getting in front of somebody's face. I remember when I was a freshman in high school, my high school, they forced everybody to take probability and statistics. It was a hard class, man. Mr. Donahue, he told us on the first day, this will be the hardest class that you take in your entire high school experience. And he wasn't lying, because it was like a college level course. And not even like freshman, sophomore. It was like people were taking that in like junior year of college type of stuff. We was taking it as freshmen in high school. But you really need to increase the probability that you will be seen by somebody. And the skill that you need to work on more so than creativity is pattern recognition, because that's majority of what the game is. So think about this. It's all about packaging, and it's all about proven demand. So Nobody wakes up searching for originality. They wake up searching for solutions to problems that they're going through. So, what you need to be focused on is studying what already works. Find proven curiosity, add your perspective to it, and then package it better. So, that's why you really need to be finding competitors within your niche, people that are succeeding no matter how big or how small the channels are, looking at what is working for them, and then taking inspiration from that because it is a proven topic on YouTube that has worked. So you can make something similar so you can get in front of that audience and grab some of that attention. So think about this and really just think about how you consume YouTube. And this is why I say pattern recognition. And this is why I say that you have to focus more so on producing than consuming, because when you are a producer and you create more than you consume, then even when you are consuming, you look at it from a producer's lens. Every single time I'm watching content on YouTube, because I haven't been on social media period in a couple years now, because I just saw the value of a YouTube channel. I had over 120,000 followers. I was like, I would much rather have 10,000 subscribers on YouTube than 100-something thousand followers on Instagram or TikTok or something like that. I've proven myself to be right. But anytime I'm on YouTube, I look at it from a producer's lens because I am a creator. I am a producer. I put out more than I consume. So think about when you consume YouTube. You go on there, you're looking for something catches your eye on the home screen, and then you want more of that. That's how the algorithm is set up right now. So then you watch one video about this subject, and then YouTube is going to serve you another video about the same subject. And you're going to watch that video about that, and that video about that, and that video about that. I make videos about digital products. Why? Because I know that that's what my audience wants to see, and they're watching all kinds of videos all the time about digital products and making money online and passive income and AI and how to grow audiences and whatnot. So if I already know what people want to watch, and I already know through my research that they're watching this, all that I have to do is make more of the stuff that they're already watching, and YouTube is just going to serve it up in front of them. And then I know from my past failures, I know from my experiences, I know from me firing my job April 1st, 2016, I know from me going all in online, even with no experience in my first digital product, doing a little over 900,000. I know from my experiences of building a 7-figure online business. I know from my experience of building a community where I'm helping contentpreneurs build their income, impact, and influence through YouTube with digital products. I know from my experience, I'm going to be able to add a unique perspective because ain't nobody else Aston. Ain't nobody else Aston CEO. Ain't nobody else done what I've done because they haven't lived what I've lived. So I can add my own unique perspective to something that I already know that people are looking for, that I already know people are watching, that I already know people are searching for the solutions to. And YouTube is in my favor. YouTube is in your favor. Because all YouTube wants to do is pair a person with a video that they want to watch, because that's the only way that YouTube makes money. So they want to show somebody a video that they want to watch, so they'll watch it for an extended period of time, and then somebody that's paying for ads will pay to get on that video, and YouTube gets some money. It's in my favor. But so many people are trying to reinvent the wheel instead of taking the wheel and just adding your unique sense to it. The wheel it's already rolling. You may want to spray some Armor All on your wheel and shine it up. You may want to put some rims on your wheel. You may be from down south in Houston and want to put some swangers on your wheel. You may be from LA and want to put some 100 spokes on your wheel. Whatever it is, it's still the wheel. You don't have to reinvent it. So most creators, instead of thinking strategically and doing research and working on the skill of identifying patterns and seeing how they can add their own perspective to a pattern that's already proven to work, so your probability goes up of you actually being seen by the right people, they're posting emotionally instead of creatively. creatively, right? So when you're posting emotionally, you're posting randomly. You're posting with no plan. You're chasing inspiration. And then that usually leads to inconsistency because you have no plan of action. You're just throwing stuff at the wall and then you're crossing your fingers and you're hoping that something sticks. But when you're thinking like this and you actually are thinking strategically, you've done your research. Instead of creating and posting random content, you're focusing on building a system out for yourself. And you need to start thinking in systems as well. I think with systems with everything. And system stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money, right? This is a big thing in audience building as well. Because you hear about all these content creators getting burnt down. I'm like, how are you getting burnt down from sitting down and talking for 5-10 minutes? I've lived a life where I was working over 60 hours per week. That was hard. It ain't hard to sit here and talk. It ain't hard to sit here and talk about the things that I've been through. It ain't hard to sit here and talk about what I learned through my failures. It ain't hard to sit here and talk about my story. It's just, they get burnt out because they have no system and they're just thinking of making random content instead of creating a system for themselves that they can basically plug in place in creating content, have a brain dump of their intellectual property, and then create a long-term vehicle on a platform like YouTube that's going to be working for you 24/7, 365. That's why I went all in on YouTube versus short form content, because if you want to talk about a sense of burnout, I was posting 3 to 5 times per day on short form social media. And then I was posting on stories. And then I had an infomercial strategy where I would post another 5 times throughout the hours of midnight and 5 a.m. And by 6 a.m., I would delete all the infomercials overnight and then post another 3 to 5 times per day while going live, while running ads and all that stuff. Whereas with YouTube, I highly suggest you just get started with posting 1 to 2 times per week. And then YouTube also, it's the only evergreen platforms. Short form social media is pretty much here today, gone tomorrow. Or for most people, here today, gone today, because they're just making random stuff instead of recognizing the patterns. But on YouTube, it's not about the views and the leads and the sales that you get today from that upload. It's about getting the right views, which will convert to the right leads, which will convert to the right people buying your stuff for weeks, months, and years to come. Just go look at your most favorite creators. You'll see that their most viewed videos are stuff that they probably did years ago for the most part. You'll see that those are still getting views years later. I don't even have the biggest YouTube channel yet, but on a monthly basis, the most viewed videos on my channel, or the videos that perform the best, are stuff that I did months and years ago. All right. So stop opening your phone, or stop hopping on your computer, or stop hopping on your tablet and asking, what should I post today? That's amateur behavior. You want to already have a plan in place based off of the patterns that you've already recognized within the marketplace, so you know what to make. And you know what people are watching. So the algorithm will just simply place you in front of those people. And when you're doing this, don't get so much in your head about making high quality video. Your videos, they're supposed to suck. You suck at anything when you first start anything. I don't know why everybody thinks that they're going to be an expert at the gate on day one. And I would much rather suck when nobody's watching me than to suck when everybody's watching me. It's all about increasing your skills and stacking your skills and working on your communication skills, because the number one money-making skill that you can work on henceforth and forevermore is communication. Just think about this. Even outside of the creator space, even in the 9-to-5 space, the people who make the most money are effective communicators. Even in the workplace, the salesmen, they make more money than the people loading the trucks. Why? Because you can find anybody to load a truck, but you can't find anybody that has the communication skills to drive revenue to the business. So even if you're posting bad content, post it and don't think about it's not the best yet. Think about that. I'm practicing and I'm getting my reps up. And then think about staying in constant feedback loops with your audience, because feedback, it creates clarity. And then you iterate and you can tinker and you can refine your messaging and content over time. And that's what's going to lead to growth. And then that consistency is going to compound. Bad videos not only build audiences because they build trust, and we're in the trust economy right now. People buy things from people that they know, like, and trust. But if you're focused on getting in front of the right people instead of everybody, and you're focused on truly adding value to those people, what you have to say matters way more than the quality of your content. A member of my community just 2 weeks ago, he made his first $10,000 online. He doesn't have one YouTube video that has over 30 views yet. If you were to look at his channel, it looks like he makes bad videos. If you were to look at my channel, I make bad videos. Actually, I strategically make bad videos. My videos aren't edited. I'm sitting here, I scribble on the whiteboard, and I sit here and I just talk for about 5 minutes or so, right? But I'm not banking on, whoa, look at the edits, look at the cuts, look at the little sound effects that I have no clue why everybody's starting out, if they're either editing themselves or hire an editor or get a freelancer or something like that. They have them add all these little sound effects for some reason. They have a word come across the screen and bing! Like, I don't know why everybody does that. But think about who you watch. Think about who you follow. Think about who you subscribe to. Think about who you consistently watch. Is it because of the edits that you watch it, or is it because of the true value that they bring? If you're gonna focus on quality, focus on actual quality of the message. People be putting too much thought into the look of things that doesn't matter. Oh, people will spend a month on a YouTube banner. Have you ever watched somebody's video because of a YouTube banner? Have you ever subscribed to somebody because of a YouTube banner? No. Why did you? Because of the quality of what they were actually saying, the connection that they built with you, and how they made you feel emotionally is why you choose to tap into them, right? So I covered this. The algorithm, it's not your biggest problem like most people think it is. Most people, they blame the algorithm. A lot of people, they'll, for whatever the reason, they'll say, I'm shadow banned. Or they'll say, this is the best one that I love. Oh, it's saturated. It's too competitive. Well, have you ever thought that something might be saturated because there's a lot of money to make in it? I don't want to go do the thing that nobody's doing. I don't want to go find the unsaturated space. It's unsaturated, it's not crowded because ain't no money over there. I want to hop in all that saturation. I want to jump in the crowd, and I know that I'm going to stick out like a sore thumb because I understand positioning. And that's what it comes down to. And I understand pattern recognition. And I can add my own unique perspective within all that crowded space, to whereas I stick out like a sore thumb. So many people are trying to blend in instead of letting your unique things about you stick out. Everybody else is sitting here and they're looking at some other creator that they aspire to do similar things is, and you're trying to copy them and wondering why it's not working for you, because you ain't them. And then if you were them, all that you're gonna do is bring more recognition to them because you're just a lower level. An example of this that I love to use, one of my favorite athletes of all time, if not my favorite, is Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, Kobe. Even though I consider Kobe to be the greatest, if not greatest, top 3 greatest basketball players of all time, so many people in the sports writing world, in the critique world, and analysts and journalists and all that stuff, they may say that Michael Jordan is the best basketball player ever. And they'll say that Kobe Bryant is the second closest thing that they've ever seen to Michael Jordan, which they say is the best. But if they put together a list, they'll put him at like number 8 or number 9 or something like that. I'm like, to me, that doesn't make any logical sense that you have this guy number 1, You say that this guy is the closest thing to what you've ever seen to number one. Yet, if you put a list of greatest of all time, you put him number 8, 9, 12 or something like that. Why is that? Because he studied and copied Michael Jordan to a T that, unbeknownst to these people subconsciously, even if they may not realize it, they're comparing him to the person that he copied. Therefore, he doesn't get to be the best. He gets thrown out of top 10 list or at the tail end of top 10 lists, right? That's the same thing that a lot of people aren't realizing about trying to copy creators and stuff out here. So this isn't your issue. Your issue is that you have weak packaging. Your issue is that if somebody was to click your stuff, you have weak hooks. You don't grab their attention within the first 2 to 12 seconds. Your issue is that you're being too creative and you're making content about a low demand topic. Your issue is poor positioning. So a platform like YouTube, it doesn't owe you distribution. Your packaging earns it. And if you don't have packaging and if you don't have well-positioned content about stuff that people already want to see, why would the algorithm place you in front of somebody? Because it's not in their best interest. Because if they just consistently put videos in front of people that people don't want to see, then they don't have a business model, period, because they only make money off of ads. And in order to have content to whereas an advertiser can put an ad in that content, they have to put a video that somebody wants to watch in front of them. So they'll watch it, get value from the content, then in between that, skip all them ads, just like you skipped all these ads in this video, right? So that's when you realize that the game is building a micro niche audience and distribution and looking at your content as far as distribution instead of content, because that's all that it is. And then you realize that distribution is actually a skill. So a lot of times you may have heard this saying that your network is your net worth. Well, I actually think that networking is a waste of time the way that most people do it. But a great way to actually network is through your content. You don't have to waste time going out to networking events to meet people. And usually if you were to ever go to a networking event or a conference or something like that, you don't really meet anybody worth meeting because it's typically like the high school lunch table. Everybody just pats up in their little circles and either talks to people that they already talked to, or you have a bunch of people over here that are new, that have not had any results for themselves or ever done anything before, and they feel safe talking to a whole bunch of people that ain't never done nothing before. Then they leave the networking event thinking, oh, I just met so many people and I have these business cards, but you got a bunch of business cards of people that ain't never did nothing. How good is that network, right? But with content, you can truly actually network with people, because when you're adding value to the marketplace, people reach out to you and want to connect. There's literally not a single day that goes by. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. There's not a single day that goes by where people don't reach out to me wanting to personally connect. People reach out to me on a daily basis asking to work for me. People reach out to me on a daily basis asking to do work for me for free so they can prove to themselves that they are worth me hiring or doing something for me, whether that be editors, thumbnail designers, people that are experts at AI, website builders, app developers and whatnot. People reach out to me to be on their podcast, to collab with stuff, to do webinars and stuff like that. Have a collab on a video or something. That's daily. Why? It's because I put out value into the marketplace and people see that and they want to tap into that resource, right? So that's a way that you could collaborate. That's a way that you could actually not only build, but join communities. So you could build real relationships when you focus on providing value first. So stop building in silence. The relationship that you create with people through the camera is what's going to actually give you more reach. And then what so many people are missing out on also is that you don't just want to make content. Like I said, we don't just want to be a content creator. We want to be a contentpreneur. So our content, it needs to lead to somewhere. So the name of the game is not views, subscribers, ad revenue, virality, brand deals, sponsorships, affiliates, and all that type of stuff. The brand is you building an ecosystem around your content that leads to something that you own, that you can monetize, a true digital asset, a true digital product, right? So the goal is to convert some of this attention to leads and buyers, communities, customers, right? Build your authority, build your brand as a trusted authority within the space, so you can convert a percentage of that viewership into sales. And when you're thinking like this, you don't have to have the biggest audience. You just have to have the right audience. Imagine if you had 300 people paying $100. That's $30,000 a month. That's not that many people in the whole internet world that you would have to get in front of. That's 300 people. Like I said, a member of my community just got a $10,000 sale, doesn't have one video that's gotten over 30 views yet. Well, he needed one person because he has a $10,000 offer that he offered to one person. It's not like he had to go out and get in front of hundreds of thousands or build an audience of 1 million. Just focus on the right things. So I would much rather have a 500 view video that gets leads, that gets sales, than have a 500,000 view video that did absolutely nothing. Another member of my community, he's just recently coming to this realization. He has a YouTube short, which I recommend you don't do. Went viral, has millions of views, over 3-4 million views. He didn't get one single lead from it, no sales from it. Yeah, he got some views, got that little dopamine hit of some views. He got a little bit more subscribers, but guess what? None of those subscribers watch any of his long form videos, because typically how people find you, they want more of that from you. And even though it's all the platform of YouTube, I treat YouTube and Shorts like they're two totally separate algorithms, because they are. Just think about it. I bet you can't remember the last short that you watched, but I bet you can remember the last long form video that you watched. If you're looking to monetize an offer, you want somebody when they are in the right mind frame for it. And people are making a decision to watch something when they watch a long form YouTube video. They're seeing the packaging, the title and the thumbnail, catches their attention, they make a decision to click it, then they make a decision to watch it. When they're watching YouTube Shorts, they're not making this, the content is just getting served to them. They're not making a decision to do that. They're just mindlessly scrolling. So I would much rather have a focused audience than a short form, mushy brain, getting dopamine highs and wasting time while they're sitting on the toilet, looking through YouTube Shorts. Wash your hands if you're watching this on the toilet. So at the end of the day, it comes down to, like I said, you want to be a producer more so than a consumer. And most creators, they consume entirely too much, and they produce little, if any. And they're thinking that somehow watching the Nets make money video is gonna make them some money when they put absolutely nothing into the world. You need to understand what value is. Value is simply just, well, not even value. You need to understand what money is. Money, which everybody wants to make, is simply just a symbol that value has been exchanged. Think about that. Every single thing that you spend money on, you only spend it on something to where it has a perceived value to you. And typically, you spend your money on something to where you think what you're getting in exchange is worth more than the money that you're spending on it. If not, then you would just not buy it or spend your money somewhere else, right? So what we want to do is that we want to create unequal value propositions, to where it's the value that we give to the marketplace, people view our value as more than the money that's in their pocket. So when you're thinking like this, Most people, like I said, they consume entirely too much. And when they do consume, since they produce very little, if any, even while they're consuming everything with the consumer mindset instead of looking at it from a producer lens. So they're not even like studying when they're consuming. They're just binging content, they're scrolling for hours, they get cheap dopamine hits, they learn absolutely nothing, and they take no action. And here's the thing, a lot of people, they're thinking that they're learning from educational content when they're not, because you learn through implementation. So somebody will sit there and they'll watch a how to do XYZ video, and then instead of going to do XYZ, they go watch another video about XYZ, then they watch another video about XYZ, then they watch another video about XYZ. Then at the end of the day, they feel like they did something and they learned so much because they were productive. Then they go do the same thing the next day, the next day, the next day. Then next thing you know, weeks, months, years don't went by, and they're still in the same exact position learning, when all that learning is really just procrastination in disguise. And they haven't realized that they get dopamine and they get a little feel-good pat on their back from a dopamine release by feeling like you did something, because doing it actually feels uncomfortable to them. So they always make up these excuses in their mind and say, oh, okay, well, I'm building, I'm strategizing, I'm pivoting. No, you're wasting time. And you keep on putting stuff off to tomorrow. And that's the number one way that I know that somebody's gonna fail, because tomorrow is a fantasy world that literally does not exist, where goals, dreams, and aspiration goes to die. Bye. And then they live off of hope. And hope is a terrible business strategy. So what you wanna do instead, the producers, what is this, red line? Get out of here. The producers, well, just ignore this red line. The producers, though, seriously, they create daily. I'm not saying that you have to post daily, but I have a rule of thumb. Before my day ends, I need to create something that did not exist in the world. I may not upload it. It may just be written. I'm a writer. A lot of my video ideas, they start from here. They start from the good old notebooks, right? I write. I make a voice note. I'll write some type of post for my community. That's one of the reasons why I was thinking about, maybe building an audience on X or something like that, or Twitter, whatever Elon's calling it. Because I feel like that would benefit me with my sole objective of a YouTube channel, because I would be able to write more on there because it's a writing platform. And then, maybe instead of writing in my notebook, I could write to the audience and then get feedback from that, get real-time feedback from real people. And then what works, I could turn into YouTube videos, right? But if I did do that, I'm very confident that I will build an audience, because I built an audience on every single thing that I've jumped on so far, because I understand this, right? So create daily. Even if you're not posting, put something into the world. Take something from the ethos. Take something from the ethos. Take something from your mind that did not exist and put it into the world. And here's the thing about ideas that a lot of people don't realize too. Your ideas aren't yours. You don't own ideas. They're rented. It's just like the library. All right, think. You go to the library, you don't own the book. You check it out and then you have to return it. Well, that's how the universe works with ideas also. People have ideas, but when you don't act on it now, and now stands for no opportunities wasted, and most people stay poor, which stands for passing over opportunities repeatedly, because they don't take action now, no opportunities wasted. So when you get those ideas, when you get that stream of consciousness, and you're like, oh yeah, I'll do it tomorrow, knowing that you ain't never gonna do it because tomorrow doesn't exist, and that's where goals, dreams, and aspirations go to die. Somebody else is going to take that idea and run with it, and then you're gonna see somebody else being successful with the thing that you thought of. But when you don't act on it, it's kind of just like that book at the library. That idea gets put back on the shelf, and then it's floating around in the ethos, and then it lands upon somebody else. They act on it. We've all seen people doing things that we have thought of. We thought of it though, we did not act. Ideas are useless, ideas are valueless unless acted on. Implementation is the game. And then ship your content, post it, even if it's bad. Learn by doing, build your skills, and then you'll get those results. The people winning online, they're creating more than they consume, and they're thinking of systems instead of motivation. So that motivation, it fades. That motivation, it's emotional, right? Think, you're not happy all the time. You're not sad all the time. Those are emotions. We are humans. We're emotional creatures. Motivation is a feeling also. It's going to fade. That's why you need discipline. Discipline will always outweigh motivation. And systems will outweigh motivation. You create a system for yourself that's going to be working for you 24/7, 365, nonstop. That's how you actually get your time back and you make more while working less. Even with me being very consistent with content, I don't spend that much time on content. I don't spend that much time on work, period. At most, I work 4 hours per day maximum. And that's with content creation, that's with ideation, that's with creating and managing and creating assets for the members of my community. That's with doing coaching calls, all that type of stuff. Max, I only work maximum 4 hours per day. But with content, I don't spend that much time on actual content because I create systems for myself, right? But your systems, they last, they reduce friction, they create consistency, and then they scale your results. And that's why I highly recommend YouTube, because you'll have a YouTube channel compounding over time with a digital product attached to that community compounding over time. And then you just have you start to have this crazy compounding effect, and you start to get this flywheel effect to whereas your past assets that you've created as far as content are working in the future. So you're getting past views, leads, sales from the old stuff as well as your new stuff. And then you just start to get crazy results, just like all them that you see on the screen right now. And if you're ready to actually turn your YouTube into a digital product sales machine, then go ahead and click the link down in the description and join this Credit at the Top community. And I look forward to building with you. But I'm telling you, this stuff becomes very easy if you simply just focus on seeing your unfair advantages through your failures and pattern recognition. And then instead of thinking of building the biggest audience, focus on building the right audience around what it is that you have to offer those people. Then you simply just create, look at your content as distribution so you can convert, and then actually build that freedom where you're living life on your own terms and waking up whenever you want to wake up without an alarm clock and doing what you want to do, how you want to do it on your own time. And it's pretty sweet. And I enjoy it, and I ain't going back because I know that 40-40-40 scam was not working out for me. No, 40-40-40 scam, work 40 hours a week for at least 40 years of your life to retire for 40% of your income. That world sucked, and this one is so much better. So go ahead and check out this video right here for a step-by-step process how you can create an entire system around your YouTube channel with a digital product so you can live life on your own terms. It's Credit at the Top.